Hi, I'm Mark Watkins, owner of Advanced Plumbing. Myself and Bevan own the company, and it's been running now for 6 years. We specialise in high-end residential, do a lot of the top-end houses in the Hawke's Bay here and further afield. Do a lot of commercial developments as well in the wider Hawke's Bay area. So at the moment we employ 18 staff in total. Myself and Bevan share duties between us, pricing and operations. Generally Bevan runs operations, I run a lot of the pricing and day-to-day running of the business and marketing. We have 2 office admin staff. We went full-time a few weeks ago. It's made a huge difference to the business, especially with debt collection, getting invoicing out on time. Both have helped with the cash flow in the business. We employ 9 tradesmen, and the rest is made up of apprentices, all at varying stages. We used to write down every hour we thought it would take, every last material, and it was time consuming. So we went through and worked out a fixture rate for our housing, and that varies depending on the quality of the house. But the fixture rate now, and tried to work a meterage rate out into drainage. So we can basically price a house now within sort of 10 minutes. Our margins have probably increased by 30%. Well, they have increased by 30% since we started the Plumbers Coach course, so that's been key. That's given us the profit to pay back our historical debt. Turnover has increased by 40% since we started with the Plumbers Coach, and it's just continuing to grow. Really, the world's our oyster. Basically, word of mouth has still been our key. And as we've developed the business, we haven't wanted to try and pull too much business in because of the staffing issue. But we've got, like I said, 5-6 apprentices on now, so the workforce is growing. So we are having to look for a little bit more work. We are selective as to who we want to work for. So again, because we've back costed and seen where we can make money, we target clients that we believe are going to be in that range. Since we've joined Plumbers Coach, we have put a lot of systems in place. Before, we used to sort of blunder around in the darkness. So one of the big recommendations coming from Tony was to go to a management software type program. So now we've got a lot better grasp of where we are, not just by day basis, but sort of a month to 2 months out. We can see what the workload's looking like and sort of adjust to suit. Other systems that we've put in place is the back costing of jobs. That's been huge for us, categorising who our best clients are, but it's also showed us where we've been letting things down. An example of one of our group house building clients, we weren't making any money off them, and we looked back through the systems with the back costings, and we were spending up to 20 trips going to one of these houses. So we were able to sit down with the group house builder, sit down with our guys, and come up with a system and a protocol as to how we went about doing their work, and that's turned it around and made it profitable work now. Chasing jobs used to be our biggest issue. We'd chase the big prestigious jobs around town. We just wanted the work, and because we weren't checking the dollars on them, we didn't know where they were at. And you know, we've done some pretty high profile jobs in the Bay in the last few years, and some of them haven't worked out so well. So now we really concentrate on picking jobs that we're going to make $1 on. When we're doing the site visits, we're taking photos, we're drawing on the plans, and we're adding it to the system. So now the guys are going into the jobs fully loaded, which means there's less mistakes, there's less reliance on myself or Bevan being on the jobs, because they've got all the information. When we went into Plumbers Coach, we wanted to get more time with our families. We've certainly generated more time. We've decided to take on more work. We sort of always set a goal that we'd have no more than 12 staff, but as we've found the systems come into play, we've been able to take on the more work, deal with that work, and probably still freed up our weekends. So even though we're doing more, we're doing less, which is gold. delegation of roles. Big thing we learned about was the $10 tasks versus what the cost of doing that $10 task was to the business. So as hard as it is sometimes, you've got to let go and let your guys do a lot more of the $10 task. So that's been key. I don't run out now and go and do little jobs. I took the tools out of my vehicle so I couldn't do little jobs, because you go to do a 10-minute job, it turns into an hour, and you've lost an hour. You might have missed a meeting, you're late to a meeting. That could affect a client by being late and you don't get the job. Paying off our debt. There was many sleepless nights as the business grew. It was only 12 months ago that we were on payment plans for our GST and we were on payment plans for our tax. We couldn't pay our merchants on time. In sort of the 12 months now we've been Plumbers Coach, we've been able to turn around that round, pay it all off, current with all our taxes and our GST. So cash flow has gone from night to day. Being able to sit here today and say the company has no debt, it's huge. Sign up with Plumbers Coach. Tony's helped us take it to the next level. Part of that will give you the systems so you can develop the business. Make sure you invest in training new staff, apprentices. They're a big part of what's going to come. The sooner you invest in them, the sooner you'll get the return from them. Increase staffing numbers by 6 to 8 in the next 12 months. Turnover will increase by potentially $1.5 million. Where there's plenty of work here in the Bay, but there's also opportunities further afield. So that's sort of where we're looking now.